Can one book really be worth $1.5 million? Wait, what? Someone else is... I remember thinking, like, there's no one else as insane as me that would actually spend $1.5 million on some books, and they dropped Kevin Trudeau's name.
Now, Napoleon Hill, at the turn of the century, was hired by the richest man in the world, Andrew Carnegie. And Andrew Carnegie said to Napoleon Hill, I want you to study the richest people on planet Earth for the next 20 years. So Napoleon Hill first wrote about it in a book called The Law of Success in 16 Lessons. Henry Ford got crazy that Carnegie allowed these secrets to be revealed. He got the book squashed and all the real secret information edited out. The majority never figured out the missing elements.
Because the meat's gone,
correct.
Right?
If you can find the secret in the book, you can have anything you want.
The greatest book on success that's ever been written.
Without question, this single book has had a greater influence than any other work of its kind.
Whatever the human mind can conceive, the human mind can achieve.
It is the power to take possession of your own mind and direct it to whatever ends you may desire.
I would visualize things coming to me that I want.
Just decide, and then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way.
So you see him turn into a lot of books like The Secret, books from Tony Robbins. The origin of that material is nearly 100 years old, which was written in 1925 by Napoleon Hill.
I knew that I had drawn that into my life, and it changed the way I thought about my life forever.
You are creating that law of attraction, and it will become reality.
All success begins with a clear picture in your mind of precisely what you want from life.
Now, all these people were involved in secret societies, by the way, including Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Firestone. At the time, all the rich people, J.P. Morgan, the banker, were all involved in various secret societies. And they had virtual, secret knowledge on how to use the law of attraction, which was kept secret from the masses. Carnegie secretly hired Napoleon Hill. He was the first breakaway, and he wanted the average person to know this information.
I was on eBay and I found something really, really cool that I wanted to buy. There's no more expensive, there's no better, there's no more unique piece on this planet for Napoleon Hill than the first edition Laws of Success. It was published 3 years before the actual Laws of Success books came out, and there's only one on this planet. I was like, I want it so bad, but like $1.5 million. It's like, is that worth it for some old books? I started buying things here and there, just dabbling as I would look at the biggest one, the one that I wanted the most, and try to like ease the pain of like the desire of the one that made no logical sense. Of all the crazy people in the world, the only other person who I think is crazy enough to do this would be Kevin Trudeau. And I was like, oh crap. Now there's a timeline. Now it's not just, I'm gonna buy it in 10 years from now when I can afford it. Now it's like, if I don't buy it now, it could be gone forever. All right, I want to do this.
A group of people came to me, and I got inducted into the organization called the Brotherhood back in the 70s, which is like the Skull and Bones.
Sounds very Da Vinci Code.
Well, it's like hey, the Skull and Bones is at Yale.
Yeah.
We know that's a secret society. The Freemasons are a secret society. The Bilderberg Group is a secret society. These are all not so secret anymore. What goes on inside them are still secret.
You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us?
Not much, because it's a secret.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
Because when you're in, you actually learn how to, we call it manipulating energy. Another way to say it is you're taught how to use your brain and focus your frequency vibration to create in life what you want. I learned secrets from this organization, and I applied it, and it made me millions of dollars before I was 18. And I applied it and made billions over the next few years. And I actually left that organization in 1999. So what I did, in the Alps in Europe, I invited a few people to come in for a 2-day live event where I would teach them the secrets that I had learned and that allowed me to make virtually billions of dollars. For 2 days, I taught this small group of people. Now, they paid $10,000 per person for 2 days to come to learn the secret behind the secret, or the missing key. So they came and I recorded this information on a CD series, and that's what this is called, Your Wish is Your Command, How to Manifest Your Desires. The people that came in generally were familiar with the law of attraction and the secret, but none of them had any success because there's a missing element. I've used it. I've generated $3 billion in business over the years. Friends of mine who have done even much more than that all use a very simplistically designed method to virtually turn your brain into a transmitter, pulling into your life every desire you have. That's what this teaches. People said, I've read The Secret. I've read different books on how to make money like Think and Grow Rich. I've done positive thinking. It just doesn't work out. And when they listened to this, they said, oh my God, there's like a missing ingredient. And now I understand the recipe now works. It virtually gives you the recipe.
The most powerful benefit I receive from Your Wish is Your Command. All right, so I have to explain. I've been doing self-help since 14, reading books. You always read a book and it says after you finish this book, your life is going to change. Your life doesn't change, or maybe a small amount. I got a hold of Your Wish is Your Command, and after I finished it, my life changed. My income doubled.
How can I describe Your Wish is Your Command? The most powerful course that I've listened to, but ineffable and life-changing.
I've been involved with the training for, I guess, since 2009, 2010, Your Wish is Your Command. Money has become very, very easy. I was able to retire at the age of 31.
First off, it took me a good couple months to really get through it several times before it sunk in. And at that point, the clarity that I was in charge of my own destiny fully seized me. And I began my entrepreneurial journey with serious fervor. And it was that year after that I launched my law business, as well as several other businesses, as well as taking on tremendous cases that I never would have had the courage to take on if I hadn't gone through Your Wish is Your Command.
I increased my income about tenfold from the time I started listening, and it just keeps going up and up. I created a corporation. I learned how to get into real estate investing, and I've had a couple real estate deals come through.
I've been listening to Your Wish is Your Command since 2020, and it's impacted my life hugely. It helped me buy the car of my dreams. I had a Renault, which is like a Toyota, and I bought then a Mercedes, and then after the Mercedes, I bought a Porsche.
I'd like to tell you how serious and how quick the effect of listening to Your Wish is Your Command. Not to give anything away, but the very last segment, he mentions how where your vibration is currently, it's somewhere that is very magnetic. And so whatever you've been focusing on, don't be surprised if it automatically comes in 1 month. Don't be surprised if it comes in 1 week. Don't be surprised as soon as you turn off this tape, something magical happens. And when I heard that and I turned off the tape, something magical happened for me.
Your Wish is Your Command is the guidebook to everyday living. It's that simple. Like, anytime you feel worried, anytime you are trying to figure out how you're gonna do something, anytime you're like, why did this happen, why me? it's gonna this is the guidebook to understand why me.
Your Wish is Your Command found me and introduced all of this new world to me. That made me open and aware that I want something bigger, something more, and that desire really initiated everything else.
Yo soy una persona que lleva un tiempo en el desarrollo personal, pero nunca he conocido y había escuchado audios tan poderosos como su exceso mandato.
Completely rerouted my life, and right now I'm someone who is passionate about following my dream and following the idea of becoming the best version of myself.
Le diría claramente, que lo haga, que lo escuche, que es diferente a lo que hay ahí fuera y que realmente tienen mucho poder y que le pueden sacar mucho provecho.
And I go, what did I do? And the only thing different I did was go through Your Wish is Your Command. So I did it again. And the second time I did it, even more things start happening.
Before Your Wish is Your Command, I was going through anxiety and depression in my life due to COVID and other circumstances. I particularly love audio number 8, How to Feel Better. Once I started applying those strategies, my daily life started to change. I finally started going through my day without feeling anxiety or worry. I was actually feeling more inner joy and peace. Circumstances also changed at my work environment. Certain coworkers started to leave. More positive people started coming on board. It was just a totally dramatic impact.
Before Your Wish is Your Command, I was like a ship without the rudder. If you follow the Your Wish is Your Command principles, inevitably you will end up at the destination you want to be.
And just by listening to Your Wish is Your Command, just listening, the first 20 minutes of the CD1, it's so profound that when you dive deep into it, you're like, it's about who you become as a person.
I went through the training really fast, fell in love with it, and in January of 2024, decided to start working on my dreams. I manifested the home of my dreams. I found the home, negotiated it, and moved into that home within 2 weeks.
After listening to this 10 steps to manifesting and Your Wish is Your Command, I fundamentally began to understand that everything is energy. It's the exact formula I used, and I grew on social media from 1.5 million followers on TikTok to 5 million within a span of 3 months. I was the fastest growing TikTok account in the entire world for 3 consecutive months, all thanks to the training.
I went to school a lot, and in my country, El Salvador, that means a lot. So I thought I knew a lot. And Your Wish is Your Command taught me a little bit about being humble, to learn, and that's been very powerful for me to grow as a person.
This is information that, again, has been kept secret for so long, and having been around individuals who come from different clubs and organizations, this is stuff that is very kept secret, and now you're having the opportunity to be exposed to something that is pretty powerful and, again, is rare. And so if it's coming to your experience, it isn't by accident, and it's up to you to take advantage of it. You've been asking for something, it has presented itself to you, but now it's up to you to take action and utilize it, to integrate it and not just listen to it, but make it a part of you, and then you'll be able to have the results from it, and you'll be able to prove to yourself whether it's worth it or not.
Who I was before, Your Wish is Your Command, and who I am now. I was a different person. I was praying for help at the time. I was in a situation that was not very fun. I purchased his CDs, which they were first $1,000. I just listened to them all the time. I started realizing that there is more. And listening to those CDs and learning the information that I learned from them gave me the strength to get out of the situation I was at the time. That changed me a lot, yes. And I live my dream life now.
But the benefits of Your Wish is Your Command is that the way I respond to situations in life, that no matter what happens or what person I'm dealing with, I can always see the good, see the gold, and find the opportunity to grow, to find a lesson, and that just gives you that sense of playfulness about life.
At the time that I learned about Your Wish is Your Command, I had a complete 720. It wasn't even a 360, it wasn't a 180, it was just like a complete disrupt in my life, and I needed everything to change. and everything did change. And I used Your Wish is Your Command to basically travel for an entire year without working.
When I was walking my dog listening to Your Wish is Your Command, and I heard a particular audio, that realization hit me that I indeed was responsible for everything that had gone on in my life. I dived headfirst right into the training, and I would listen to an audio, and I would ask myself throughout the audio, I would stop the audio and say, where can I apply this in my life? And it would always be either family or myself or my career or my future, my love life. There's always something. You could take any fraction of any of the audios and just pick it apart and put it somewhere and use it, or use it someplace else, and apply and apply and apply.
I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, lots of leadership, Maxwell, sales training. Really had a pretty good foundation, but just wasn't seeing the successes in a lot of the areas. And then a person introduced me to Your Wish is Your Command, and all of a sudden I had one cognition and aha moment after another of why goal setting and a lot of other things in my life just never worked. But after listening to those first few CDs in Your Wish is Your Command, oh my goodness, now I understand why. And it was just an awakening.
Using all the techniques that Kevin shows me and teaches in Your Wish is Your Command, I've been able to manifest my dreams. But the most powerful thing is that you too have the power to manifest what you want. Like he says, what you want wants you.
Some words that I would use to describe Your Wish is Your Command is enlightening, inspiring, activating, insight, direction, system, and steps to take that are concise and easy to follow.
The number one benefit that I've got out of Your Wish is Your Command is definitely emotional freedom. I was a completely different person. Physically, mentally, financially, like in every way, I was a completely different person. After listening to that in itself, it's just been up. It's just been like bull market, just up, just straight up.
Somebody was to ask me how to describe Your Wish is Your Command, I would say it's the most efficient success training that anybody can have access to. But I would add to the people who think success is about money, it's not only about money, it's about every aspect in your life, and that's what I took and I keep taking every time.
It's allowed me to follow simple steps, apply them in my life in order for me to become a person that I want to be. That person is happy, successful, structured, with big dreams. What are some of the successes? One is a financial aspect, significant improvements, and it's just the beginning.
And the more you listen to it, the more you hear. When you listen to it for the first time, you hear just certain things that get through to you. But if you continue, you learn a lot, and it will change your life.
When you listen to that course, 14 hours of material, each audio, you listen to that, and then you say, okay, what I'm going to hear next in the next audio. I've already listened to everything. And then you listen to the following one, and it's, wow, okay, I bet I have to listen to the following one. Okay, so it's really an audio series that everybody should listen to.
The information is power-packed. There is so much energy, so much detail in the information. It covers our health, it covers our wealth, mentally, physically, emotionally, scientifically even. I've drawn some phenomenal gems that I apply every day to my life.
The second I heard Your Wish is Your Command, it was the first audio I'd ever listened to. It was the first book I'd ever listened to. And now 10 years later, just progressing in so many areas of my life, I feel like just everything has changed.
I have a much greater degree of power in my life and much greater sense of serenity and peace in everything that I do, and a much greater understanding of how to create things in this universe when you want to, and also how to deal with anything that comes about, and really just to see the magic in life. And it really has been a beautiful journey.
I started to listen to Your Wish Is Your Command, and a lot of anxiety went away.
I was sick and tired of being single, dates not going well, meeting new people that didn't go anywhere. And I was like, why am I on this date, right? And I got sick and tired, and I was able to manifest my wife, my current wife. We've been happily married for 3 years now, and every day we're just happy, drama-free. That's what I learned from Your Wish Is Your Command, writing your goals, what you want.
Listening to Your Wish Is Your Command, that's how I created my husband by design. And we have 2 beautiful children. We travel around the world. This is what I wanted to do.
I am totally unrecognizable to who I was 4 years ago when I started listening to Your Wish Is Your Command. I've got friends all around the world. I've got a job where I can work from wherever, and the future's looking bright, and I'm only 20.
Just listen to Your Wish Is Your Command. That's all you need to do, and the rest will follow.
One, I was exposed to Your Wish Is Your Command in 2010, 2011, and I listened to it, and it changed my life. It got me to start dreaming. It got me to start thinking bigger. My relationships improved. I started to learn about health. It got my fire started. It got me into personal development. My finances have increased, my health has increased, my relationships have increased, my impact on my community has increased, my roles and responsibility at work have increased. My life is better.
What would I tell to somebody who is hesitant about Your Wish Is Your Command? It depends on what the hesitation comes from. If it's a defining the value, my strong opinion about this that you cannot afford not to. That's just it. Life will get there eventually anyways, and you're going to be in the same spot where you were before. And so the Your Wish Is Your Command allows you to achieve what you want to achieve and plow you the steps that you need to step through.